In a world where honesty is often overlooked, and people are judged by what they own rather than who they are, one simple act of truth can ripple farther than anyone imagines. This is the story of Lena Morales, a humble waitress with a heart of gold, and Victor Langston, a billionaire who trusted no one, until fate crossed their paths in the most unexpected way. When a forgotten wallet stuffed with cash becomes a quiet test of character, Lena must choose between temptation and truth. What she doesn't know is that someone is watching, and her decision will change her life forever. Because sometimes, the richest rewards come not from what we take, but from what we choose to return. In the glittering skyline of Manhattan lived Victor Langston, a self-made billionaire known as much for his brilliance in business as for his icy demeanor. Born in poverty in the Bronx, Victor clawed his way up through grit and cunning. His motto, "Trust no one, test everyone." Despite his riches, Victor kept his past close. Each morning he drank his coffee black, just as his mother had made it when they could barely afford sugar. His suits were hand-stitched, but under them he wore the same worn silver watch his father gave him before dying in a factory accident. He never smiled unless it was profitable. In his mind, kindness was often just a mask for ambition. 15 subway stops away, in a quiet neighborhood in Queens, lived Lena Morales, a 21-year-old waitress at Rosie's Diner. Lena was sunshine wrapped in a modest apron. She was raised by her grandmother, Rosa, after her parents were killed in a car accident when Lena was only 5. Life hadn't been easy, but Rosa had instilled one thing above all: Mija, always be honest. Even when it hurts. Especially then. Lena worked double shifts to help with rent, cooked dinner every night for her abuela, and still found time to volunteer at the local shelter. Her dream was simple: save enough to go to nursing school and give her grandmother a better life. Victor had recently read a disturbing report. Over 80% of people, when given the chance to take unclaimed money, did. He scoffed at humanity's sense of honor. "People are honest only when someone's watching," he muttered. So, he crafted a test. Disguised in worn jeans, a hoodie, and scuffed shoes, he strolled into Rosie's Diner late one rainy afternoon. He ordered black coffee and a grilled cheese. Lena, tired but cheerful, served him with a warm smile. As she turned to go, Victor dropped a plain leather wallet, stuffed with $10,000 in crisp bills and a fake ID reading, "David Martin." Lena noticed it while clearing his table. She picked it up and looked around. The man had already left. She opened the wallet, gasping at the money. For a moment, her fingers trembled. $10,000 could change everything. She thought of the overdue gas bill, the leaks in the ceiling, and her abuela's arthritis meds. Then she took a breath, closed the wallet, and walked to the back room. "Mrs. Rosie," she said to the diner owner, "someone left this behind. I'll run it to the precinct after my shift." That night, Victor waited in a black SUV outside the precinct. Sure enough, Lena walked in, umbrella dripping, wallet in hand. He watched from the shadows. The next day, he returned to the diner, this time in a tailored navy suit, his real self. Lena did a double take. He gave a sly smile. "You don't remember me? You were here yesterday. Grilled cheese and coffee. You left your—" "That was a test." She blinked. "I'm Victor Langston." The name hit her like a gust of wind. He placed a white envelope on the counter. "Inside is $100,000. It's yours." Lena froze. I can't." "You passed. Most wouldn't have. You didn't even hesitate." "You just did what was right." Victor smiled, a rare, genuine smile. "That's exactly why you deserve it." With the money, Lena paid off all their debts. She fixed up the apartment, bought her abuela a proper recliner and top-shelf medication, and enrolled in nursing school full-time. But that wasn't all. She used $20,000 to start a community honesty fund, a small program at her local church that rewarded students and citizens for acts of integrity, no matter how small. News spread. Local papers picked up the story, "Waitress Rewarded for Honesty by Billionaire Stranger." Victor watched from afar, occasionally receiving handwritten letters from Lena, updating him on her progress. Her last letter read, "Dear Mr. Langston, I graduate this spring. Abuela's health has improved, and the Honesty Fund is thriving. You didn't just change my life, you multiplied the good in the world. I hope you're proud. With gratitude, Lena Morales." Months later, Lena received a small velvet box from Victor's office. Inside was a single golden coin engraved with the words, "Integrity weighs more than gold." On the other side, "Truth always returns richer." It became her most prized possession, not because of its value, but because of what it meant. Victor, now an old man with more money than he could ever spend, looked at a photo of Lena on his desk, smiling in her graduation gown. For once, he felt like he had invested in something that would outlast even his empire. And perhaps, for the first time since he was a boy in the Bronx, he believed again in the power of honesty. In a world filled with shortcuts and quick gains, Lena proved that integrity still matters, and that doing the right thing, even when no one is watching, can open doors no amount of money ever could. Her honesty didn't just change her life, it inspired a ripple of goodness that reached far beyond what she could have imagined. Because the greatest rewards aren't always in gold, they're in character, in choices, and in courage. Call to action. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who believes in doing the right thing, no matter the cost. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another inspiring story. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you found that wallet?